Not too long ago, I made a video titled Batman Arkham Asylum, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Well, in today's video, I wanted to go over Batman Arkham City's good, bad, and ugly. So, if you guys aren't familiar with how this works, I essentially pick one really good thing that I loved about this game, my favorite thing in the world about it. Then I'm going to go over my least favorite thing, the thing that really irks my gears, really grinds at my soul, and really makes me question what was Rocksteady thinking, why is this in this game in the first place. Then the ugly thing. And the ugly can be somewhat controversial, but for me, ugly can be good or it can be bad, but it's something that is usually more of a dark theme. Particularly when you talk about these games and this franchise, ugly is going to pertain to a more dark theme. So that's what we're going to go with. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up, make sure to subscribe, and let me know what your guys' good, bad, and ugly are. And without wasting too much of your time, let's get started. Now, we're going to start off with the good. We're going to start it off on a positive note, and I want to talk about my favorite thing about Batman Arkham City. And I think it's something that it did the best in the franchise, actually. Not just this game, but of every single game, it did this one thing the best. That is the well-roundedness. Now, what do I mean by well-roundedness? Well, I'm talking, when it comes to the story mode, I actually thought the story was pretty good. I understand that the story gets some flack, and I understand why. I understand people's personal reasonings for it. I myself used to be kind of harsh on it, but I thought the story was an overall entertaining experience. I could play through the whole thing without getting bored. Easy enough. And the side missions as well that go together with this, they just work so well. Like, I don't think there was a single side mission in this game that I can think of off the top of my head where I can go, wow, that was bad. Like, some of them aren't good necessarily. You know, like the Iceberg Lounge one where you have to go get that disruptor attachment thing. Like, yeah, that's not great, but at least you get something out of it. At least you get some type of gadget out of it. Or, you know, getting Mr. Freeze's stuff in the boiler room. You know, like, that stuff might be boring, but at least you get something out of it. But I thought most of the side missions, like the Hush one or the Deadshot one, or any other one that you could think of, was good. But also the thing that this game did well is they didn't drag out these side missions so long to the point where it kind of just became annoying, right? Like in Batman Arkham Knight, it was a common theme that the side missions would just drag on for way too long. This didn't have that problem, and I actually think that that's a good thing. Not just that, but this game also had some good plot developments, plot twists, even when it comes to the side missions, you know, who is Hush being Dr. Thomas Elliot? I thought that was a good plot twist. You know, Bane kind of screwing you over with the Titans, or the Titan containers. Even though you might have been able to see that one coming, at least it was somewhat of an interesting twist. I kind of enjoyed it. I thought it was actually kind of nice. The story mode with Ra's al Ghul working with Hugo Strange, I thought that was nice. The fact that there was two Jokers. This game had its fair share of good twists, and I think that it all binds really well together with how good the story mode is, with how good the side missions are, and even, like, getting the Riddler trophies isn't that bad. Yes, granted, there's 440 Riddler trophies and riddles to get. I understand that that's a hassle. Nobody wants to do it. I completely understand. But the actual Riddler rooms themselves in this game were also done well. I enjoyed messing around with Riddler at the end when he's got the bomb attached to himself. I like making him think it's going to go off. I thought that was just really funny. And, you know, I could go on all day about how good each and every single side mission was. You know, a few of these side missions to me are probably some of the top 5 in the entire franchise, if you ask me at least. Like, some of these are really good. Like, the Victor Zsasz one's really good. I really like the Hush side mission. That and having 2 of the best boss fights in the entire franchise, you know, that being Mr. Freeze and Ra's al Ghul. Those are 2 of the top 3 in the Batman Arkham franchise, for me at least. This game had a very well-rounded experience. I thought it upgraded massively overall from Batman Arkham Asylum, and there really isn't too much for me to complain about here. On to the negative part of this. I don't really want to bring anybody down. Batman Arkham City is obviously most people's favorite Batman Arkham game. However, there is one thing about this game that absolutely grinds my gears to the maximum, right? This one thing just really makes me angry every time I have to deal with this. There's no option to turn it off. There's nothing to this. That is the Catwoman sections. I straight up hate the Catwoman sections. Like, where do I even begin? She kind of just sucks to use, first of all. Her combat is straight up bad. I don't like using her for stealth. She's either way too fast or way too slow. Her takedowns are really slow. She's got really bad gadgets. But more importantly, I can kind of get past that, but the traversal with her also kind of sucks. I hate having to roam the city with her. But on top of that, the most important thing about this entire thing for me that just rubs me the wrong way is the fact that she kind of comes in at key plot moments, and it kind of just breaks all sorts of tension. Like, as if you're finally getting some sort of momentum going. You finally catch up to the Joker in the steel mill. You gotta play as Catwoman and go see Poison Ivy. It's just straight up frustrating to me that I can't even, like, turn those sections off. It's like I have to play them. Every time I play Batman Arkham City, I have to do the Catwoman sections. It absolutely rubs me the wrong way. It's absolutely annoying. I don't want to play them. I don't care about them. Her actual feud with Two-Face means absolutely nothing to me. Don't care for it at all. Honestly, I just want to play as Batman. This is called Batman Arkham City, not Catwoman Arkham City. But if you want me to add the little cherry on top, Catwoman, in my opinion, both in Batman Arkham City and Batman Arkham Knight, are probably the second worst usable character in the entire Batman Arkham franchise, behind Harley Quinn, because at least Catwoman has some sort of stealth to her. At least you can be quiet. With Harley Quinn, you are forced to be loud. It's straight up annoying. Don't like using her. But Catwoman is still the second worst usable character in the entire franchise. I hate using her. I don't ever want to use her again, quite frankly. Now, the last and certainly most interesting part of this video, I would say, is the ugly. Now, in the last video when I did the Batman Arkham Asylum one, I kind of talked about Batman's mental health, specifically when talking about the Scarecrow sections and how he would hallucinate at certain points. Well, I think in this game, it's not necessarily a mental health thing, but it kind of does tie into a mental health thing, like in Batman Arkham Knight. But this is actually the death of the Joker. The death of the Joker, in my opinion, is kind of ugly for a multitude of different reasons, right? First of all, it was unexpected. That kind of ties into the plot twist from earlier that I mentioned. That was the plot twist. Even though we knew Joker was sick and was dying, we also knew that there was a cure being manufactured. We knew Joker had said cure. Harley Quinn got her hands on it. So we had no reason to believe that Joker was actually going to die, right? Like, that's never a thought that crosses our mind. Whenever we're doing Batman and Joker stuff, it's like, yeah, we captured Joker in the end. We end up stopping him, but we all know he's going to end up escaping. He's going to end up doing something horrendous all over again. This time, it's like, no, this is actually the end of an era. And when you think about it, it kind of makes you, like, in a couple of, like, mixed bag type of emotions. Because on the one hand, you're like, yeah, he's finally done. This is finally over. We could stop this now. But at the same time, Batman's kind of obsessed with the Joker, right? These two kind of need each other. There are two threads in the same stitch. And I think without the Joker, Batman kind of feels incomplete. He feels kind of empty, and I don't think he really knows what to do with himself anymore. And after the events of the Joker's death, Batman is truly never the same again. I mean, like, in Batman Arkham Knight, you can just tell he's not the same guy anymore. Like, physically, he's still capable, but mentally, he's just not there anymore. His heart's not in it anymore. You know, he was attached to the Joker. As much as he may have hated him, at the same time, like I said, he also needs the Joker. So this is where it gets kind of ugly, because as much as we want the Joker done with, it's not that we necessarily wanted him dead. It's just that we wanted this fight to be over. But once it's over, it feels kind of weird, because you've been chasing this feeling for so long. And now that it's finally here, it's like you don't know what to do with yourself. Do you retire? Do you keep going as Batman, but just not enjoy it anymore? Have nothing to chase, like a cat and mouse type of thing? Like, what do you do after that? And I honestly think it's just kind of ugly. Like, it's just kind of ugly. It's kind of sad, but it's also very interesting. It's just the end of an era. It's just how these things go. But guys, this is Batman Arkham City. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. What's your guys' good, bad, and ugly about this game? I will be doing Batman Arkham Origins next. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one. Have an amazing day. Peace.